My name is Jeremy Gilbey, and I welcome you to this lecture on heart-centered communication. I first developed it for a conference run by the Sutherland Cranial College of Osteopathy in June 2022, called The Intelligent Heart. And I'm also pleased to acknowledge the Rule of the Artery team, Maxwell Faval, Tony Norrie, and Michael Solano, with whom I taught in the UK and helped provide inspiration for some of the material used in developing the lecture. The key points of the lecture are reproduced on the slides, and I hope that this will enable you to stop the presentation as you need to read through them and hence reinforce your learning. Thank you for. I want to talk here about the heart, the role it has in communication with the body, sending and receiving information to every part of the body, with a particular role in modifying and influence central nervous system function. I want to consider its importance in our relationships with the outside world and those around us, but first I want to discuss more generally our osteopathic approach as a systems approach to better hold the multifaceted roles of the heart and how we may understand it. I will then review the many roles it has and finally how we may osteopathically support the heart in its roles and functions. Osteopathy is founded on the basis of anatomy and physiology. All our learning is about refining this. Andrew Taylor Still walked around with bones in his pocket so he could know every part of them. Our studies break this anatomy down into smaller and smaller parts to understand things better. We break the nervous system down into the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, and then we break that down again into the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. And then we may ascribe special properties to parts of it. The vagus is a current special favourite of the press and complementary medicine. Yet when we go into the practice rooms, we need to leave the anatomy book behind, better to understand the whole individual within our hands. And this quote from Andrew Taylor Still, as you will be familiar with, is wonderful. You should be familiar with at least 90% of all the human body before you enter our clinics. Here, you lay aside the long words and use your mind in deep and silent earnestness. Drink deep from the eternal fountain of reason. Penetrate the forest of that law whose beauties are life and death. To know all of a bone in its entirety would close both ends of an eternity. Solemnity takes possession of the mind. A smile of love runs over the face. The ebb and tide of the great ocean of reason, whose depths have never been fathomed, swell to your surging brain. Doesn't this put you into the treatment room? You eat and drink as you stand in silent amazement. Suns appear where you never even saw a star, brilliant with the rays of God's wisdom as displayed in man, and the laws of life, eternal in days and as true as the mind of God himself. We see the body as a complete system, integrated in all its functions and actions with innate holistic intelligence that knows its pathway to optimum health and just needs us to support the process as best we may. We interface with this intelligent system at a level based on our experience, our knowledge, our understanding, and our individual unique ability to read the patient-practitioner dynamic.